That's just nasty. Hello, my chat partners. Welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Dion. Please subscribe to my channel. And to my returning chat partners, I really appreciate you guys' support. Today's drink of choice is detox tea and cranberry juice. Guys, this might be a long video because Love After Lockup season 3 episode 8, it was part 1 and part 2. So I'm thinking it's part of the season finale, or it is the season finale, and it was 2 videos. Guys, let me just say this. I was in my feelings watching Love After Lockup. All right, guys, so let's begin this chat session. Love After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 8, Part 1 starts off with Lindsay and Scott. Scott receives a voicemail from Lindsay saying that she's able to come home. And she doesn't have to go to the halfway house because of COVID-19. So she's able to come home, but she has to come home and she has to follow certain rules, such as wear an ankle bracelet, she has to be confined to the house, etc. So of course Scott is happy about that. So it shows Lindsay, she's out of jail. She says she's excited and she says she's overwhelmed as well. She called her daughter and she told her that she was out of jail and that she was at home, but she wants to see her, but she has to stay in quarantine, I think, for like 14 days. She was telling her mom like the rules and everything, and they was trying to talk about how she can make plans so she can see her daughter. Lindsay talks about Scott and her one-on-one, and she's talking about how Scott has really helped her out since she's been locked up, and she asked Scott, could he send her some money while she's on the plane traveling so she can download some apps and she can download some music, and of course he sends it to her. Lindsay says in her one-on-one that all her exes were rich and they like spending money on her. And she just hopes that the chemistry between her and Scott is the same as the chemistry they had while she was in jail. Then the scene goes to Destiny and Sean. Let me get myself together before I start talking about Destiny and Sean. Y'all, let me just tell you this. I don't even know that lady, but I do not care for her. Ooh, she gets under my skin. Do you hear me? I don't know what Sean sees in Destiny. I don't suppose to know. But she annoy me. And it's somebody on TV that don't even know I exist, but she a handful. So let me just get started with this little chat moment about Destiny and Sean. Destiny goes home, she sees Sean and she asks him how his day. She told Sean that she was pissed about a credit card being canceled. He explained to her that he wouldn't do that to her. Sean said he blamed himself because he never said no to Destiny. So anything she ever wanted, he always gave it to her. Sean said he feels he created a monster in Destiny. You think, sir? Sean tells Destiny that he loves her and she's the best thing that ever happened to him. Now, Sean, I don't want to assume that you are on any narcotics. How is Destiny the best thing that ever happened to you when you sit up here and got 6 kids with another woman? I mean, after child number 1, you had 5 more. So it had to be something great about this woman. Destiny only been out 3-4 days, 2 days if that, and she the best thing that's ever happened to you, and Destiny has showed her ass since she been out and she the best that's ever happened to you. I mean, who the hell was Sean going with before Destiny? I mean, because from what I get from Kelly, she seemed like she an alright girl. So I'm trying to understand, is Kelly worse than Destiny, or what other women has Sean dealt with in his life that make me wonder that you feel that Destiny is the best thing that ever happened to you? Sean tells Destiny that he's glad that he did this in the beginning and that they both was talking to other people when they first started conversing with each other. And he glad that they chose each other. And she told him that that's a lie. She said he didn't never tell her that he was talking to anybody else. Let me just finish. She then told Sean she gonna punch him in the face. And Sean was saying that he tried to get back with Kelly a year ago. And she told Sean that if he lied to her again, she leave. But every time Destiny on her one-on-one, she coming up with something that she not did. Now, this chick not did heroin. She not been sleeping with a bunch of women. She not messed with this and that. Destiny, oh my God. She is a handful. So next it shows Christiana and John. John picks Christiana up from the place that she was talking to her mother. Christiana realizes that her support system is what she's always needed. John said he hasn't been able to commemorate, or however you say that word, put it like this, have sex with his wife. You know, her free time is for her to go look for jobs. John was saying that Christiane has to meet a quota every week. So basically she has to apply for 10 jobs every week. It was like he loves, you know, taking her around to go find jobs because that's the time they get to spend together. And to me, that was sweet because it's like, I don't get John is just all about jumping Christiane's skin and trying to have sex with her. I really feel like this man is really trying to look out for this woman. He really trying to help her. That's just what I get from John. Next thing you know, Christiane and John, they go into a restaurant. Ready to order the food. She asked him, can she get a job application? And John was like, yeah, you can go and get a job application. That way you can be filling it out while they bringing us the food. That way you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Next thing you know, the PO comes in and he tell them that she got to go with them. And Christiane was saying that she felt like somebody was watching them the entire time. PO them, they take Christiane with them, and the way they talking to her, it's really rude and mean. I was like, well, dang, y'all ain't even let that woman explain herself. And it's clear that you can see on camera that this woman asked these people for a job application, which I know she has certain rules that she has to abide by, and I get that, but they was a little rude. The next scene goes to Quaylin and Chevelle. People start arriving to the house for Quaylin's party. The families start introducing each other to everybody. Everybody's meeting, everybody's talking, everybody's conversing. Chevelle says she's nervous about her mom and Quaylin's mom meeting, and she's also nervous about Quaylin and DeMarc meeting and, you know, having a talk. Quaylin is happy. He's very appreciative of the party. He looked like he's having a good time. Next thing you know, she tell everybody, let's go outside. She surprised him with the truck. And Quaylin was like, well, what is this? Like, he was like, I don't even have a driver's license. That was funny to me. And DeMarc, he, of course, talking. I don't trust him and saying all this negative stuff, so you know how that goes. The scene goes back to Destiny and Sean. Sean and his friend going to the jewelry store. Sean looking for an engagement ring. His friend tells Sean, like, don't you want to wait like a month or something to get to knowing this girl before you go out here and buy an engagement ring? Like, what is you really doing? His friend said he thinks Sean is making a mistake. Sean friend asked him how much money has he spent on Destiny. He told her $50,000. He was like, $50,000? He was like, wait a minute, I didn't even know Sean had that kind of money. Like, wait a minute, you not spent $50,000 on Destiny. That's not including your bills and other responsibilities you got, like your 6 children. And just you living for yourself, and you done spent $50,000 on this woman. His Sean friend was like, what? You could tell, like, what is really going on with my boy Sean? The thing I like about Sean friend, he honest. He was like, you not did all this for her. You not spent $50,000 on this girl since you met her. Like, what has she done for you to bored you to spend $50,000 on her? Like, what has she given you? And my thing is, what has Destiny given Sean that he has spent $50,000 on her? And why has he spent $50,000 on her? That's not even including if she don't make a court date, he got to pay that $50,000. Like, what the heck did she need all that money for? And she was in prison. She ain't paying no bills in there. So the next scene goes to Maurice and Jessica. Maurice and Jessica go to Jessica's parents' house, and they walk in and he meets her parents and he meets the dog. And it was a good little meeting, you know, everybody seemed like they was happy to meet each other. And he was like, oh, this house is nice. This is nice. And he just so happy and just excited. And the thing I get from Maurice, he being his real self, and that's what I like. Like, this ain't no play. Like, this real, that boy like, oh my goodness, this is nice up in here. He said he really feel at home. Jessica's dad said he was nervous of the whole thing, that him and his wife were both apprehensive about meeting him, and they don't know where it's going to go. Basically told Maurice that you can pull a con on us, which is true, he could. And the mom asked Maurice what has he been up to. He told her, he said, I've been playing Fortnite. And the daddy was like, Fortnite? This is like, it's a video game. And the dad said, I don't know stuff about that. I'm too busy working. I was like, ooh. Can we say shade? And he was telling him he wish he had time to do stuff like that. Take these hints, Maurice, because he's sure dropping gems to you. Then Maurice started telling Jessica parents about his cousin house. Time he cut the light on one time, it was a roach and stuff. He was telling about the cousin had roaches and stuff. And it's not funny, but he was like being real with them people and just being honest and being with himself. And they was looking like, oh, okay. And I think it was one of them things where they told us about his cousin got roaches and stuff. This guy is being himself. He not being a fake and phony and just trying to act like somebody that he not so he can get our approval. So then next thing you know, Maurice tell Jessica mom and dad that his parole officer giving him the runaround. They was like, the runaround? And he told them that he wasn't even supposed to be there. It was like, wait a minute, what? But you know what? He was honest with them. And I think they was like, what? Kind of speechless at first, but then they was like, oh Lord, we got a fugitive or whatever you want to call it in the house. I'm sure that's what the people was thinking. The mom told Maurice, you know, that it worries her that it's like 60 days. And the dad told them that they breaking the rules. And if they breaking the rules, he got the daughter breaking the rules. So it's going to fall on her too. And the dad said that, you know, you can get my daughter in trouble. You know, you supposed to be paroled and be in California, but you here, you can get her in trouble. And the daddy said he loved his daughter and he not putting up with no shit. And he made that crystal clear when he said that. I was like, well, at least we all being honest here, because Maurice being honest with them and the daddy not being honest with him, and that's what I like. We need to go on and it ain't gonna be no front and it ain't gonna be no I'm letting you know how I feel up top, off front when it come to my daughter. And that's what the daddy doing, and I love it. I loved every bit of it. The next scene go to Dylan and Heather. It's the day of Dylan's release and she's getting dressed. She's talking about how she's so excited. She can't wait to see him. She has all this stuff planned, and she said Dylan made it possible for her to trust again. And she said that when she was 14 years old, her and her stepfather used to get into it, and one day she came home, and her mother and her stepfather just sent her out to a boarding school or some kind of school for troubled teens, and she ended up getting raped. She said she told Dylan about it, and he was the only one that she told about what happened to her, and nobody else knew, and she said that was special to her. That's really sad that she got raped at 14. My heart goes out to Heather because, yeah, that's bad. Sorry that happened to Heather. So then it goes back to Quaylin and Chevelle. Quaylin and Chevelle parents talk. The two moms talk. Quaylin mama asked Chevelle, like, did you see that foolishness out there? She was like, what you talking about? She was like, your daughter buying my son a truck. Chevelle has a big heart and she loves Quaylin and she wants the best for him. Quaylin mama told Chevelle mama, that's over the top, like your daughter buying my son a truck. Chevelle mama was like, well, she buy him stuff all the time and she don't like it. And she feels Chevelle is bribing Quaylin. She said she holding the money over his head like a carrot. And she said she just think it's a bit too much. Quaylin mama told Chevelle mama, well, my son not using your daughter because my son not a user. And basically, Chevelle mama got up and she said, you got your opinion and I got mine. She said she done with it. She don't want to talk about it no more. And basically, it's one of them things like they both gonna take up for each other. I can see where both parents coming from. I can see where Quaylin mama feeling like this girl is just doing the most for my son. She is basically buying him. And Chevelle mom feel like her daughter got a good heart, but you need to tell your daughter she need to slow down and just see how things gonna go. Yeah, your daughter might have a big heart, but she need to be smart too, because she still got her daughter that she got to take care of. That's my whole thing. Chevelle need to stop trying to get married so quick. Like, this guy just got out of jail. Can he find a job first? Like, I mean, so it's like you gonna be taking care of Quaylin too, so now you finna have 2 kids, a young daughter and a grown adult son. That's your boyfriend, aka your husband. Like, I just don't get that. And I'm not saying that he gotta get the highest paying job, but I mean, he gotta do something. You can't be a person who won't even sling pie crust in the pie stove. Like, you gotta do something. Like, you can't just not work. And it's like, girl, can you take him on a job interview first? Like, this guy just said he don't even have his license, but you sitting up here buying him trucks and stuff Which, okay, I get that you want to do that, but you slow down to be over with. Like, good gracious. Then the scene goes to Chandra and Tyrus. Sandra and Tyrus in the car talking. He want to get to know her to see where her head is at. And Tyrus says everyone think he's too old for Sandra. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Tyrus 49 and she 28. And she said it does feel kind of weird, but she does see potential. And she asked him for some money. And he was like, well, I can give you the money, but I can't just give it to you all out in the open. I guess he feel like that because she get ready to get on the bus. And he said he know people use people for money, and he don't think she is doing that with him, and he sees her off. To be honest, I don't even know if Chandra going to a halfway house. I think that girl gone. I don't even think she gonna come back and see that man. I just feel like she was using him while she was in prison, and now that she out, I just feel like she used him because she needed somebody to get her from point A to point B. That's just what I think. I mean, and this man just so on his one-on-one, sitting laid back and this, like, cat daddy. I'm sitting up here like, sir. You know, just the way she was acting and they kissed and stuff. I don't know. I just feel like that girl going somewhere. She going to meet somebody else. I don't think she going to no halfway house. That just don't sound right to me. Because she ain't had to check in or nothing to nobody. But then again, what do I know? We go back to Dylan and Heather. Dylan get out. They have him and Heather happy to see each other. And then Dylan started talking about himself, and he was telling all this stuff about himself. Dylan had been arrested 34 times. I was like, 34 times? What in the world Dylan been doing that he been arrested 34 times? And Dylan don't look like he that old. He said Heather came to see him every week, and he's 7 hours away. I was like, wow. Can we set dedication? So Heather, she just all over Dylan when she see him, and he trying to put his stuff in the car, and she just kissing and biting all over. I was like, damn, she gonna screw him in the trunk, ain't she? Like, girl, give him a break. Like, let him just get out and feel the fresh air of being free. She just all over him. I'm like, girl, calm down. For both of y'all get arrested for inappropriate behavior. In Dylan's one-on-one, he said Heather has 3 tattoos of his name. And it's like in different languages. He said that's borderline obsessive, and he said he is worried. Sweetheart, you can't be that worried, because if you was that worried, that woman when it came and saw you every week, when you saw she was coming to see you every week, you would have calmed that down after you saw the first tattoo. Maybe the second one even. You could have been like, girl, what is you doing? Doing a little too much. So then the scene goes back to Sandra and Tyrese, however you say his name. He hasn't heard from her. Are you surprised? He's been calling her, and it's just ringing and ringing and ringing, going to voicemail. His son comes over, and they begin to converse, and he's telling his son how his day went with her, you know, how they went out to dinner, how he had a great time. And his son asked him did he sleep with her, and he was like, no. And he told him, he asked him, did he give her any money? And he was telling his son to mind his business. And his son was telling him people use people, and he just want him to think about, you know, is she ready for a person on his level? Like, seriously, is she ready for a man like you? A man that's going to take care of his woman and really be there for her, and really on some commitment type relationship, on some solid stuff. But we all know that's not the case. And his son was just basically telling him to be careful because he doesn't want to see his daddy hurt. So then it goes back to Scott and Lindsay. Scott's on his way to get Lindsay. And Scott said he's never met Lindsay in person. And Scott moved from Mississippi to New York. Scott said Lindsay is the love of his life, and he wants to get married to her. Scott and Lindsay are happy to see each other. And you know, the meeting went well, but then when they was going to the transportation to get to the house, he had his work truck. And oh my God, when she saw that truck, She was like, oh, no, 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 no. Chick was not happy, guys. Like, for real, she was talking junk about his truck. And I'm like, girl, you just came from prison. Where your transportation at then? Since you got a problem with my truck, how about we get in your transportation? Scott and Lindsay go to the house. When she go in the house, oh my God, she even madder. Guys, this girl is pissed about this house. Do you hear me? Pissed. Then the scene goes back to Quaylin and Chevelle. Chevelle and Quaylin's sister toast, and she's telling her that she's been loyal to her brother for all these years. And Quaylin's sister told Chevelle that my brother was shot and left for dead, and he's coming back to the same environment where he got shot at. Quaylin's sister told Chevelle, she was like, I'm not one to come to nobody's house and, disrespect them. But she said when it comes to my brother, my baby brother, my only brother, she would die for him. And she said if anything happens to her brother, that she gonna have an issue. I was like, well, Chevelle, what you gonna do, girl? What you gonna do? Because when that sister said that she wasn't playing, there was seriousness coming out of her body when she said that to that girl. So she need to take that for, she better not take what that girl said lightly, because she was for real about that thing. The scene goes back to D-Mark and Quaylin talking. And D-Mark was telling Quaylin, like, what's going to happen when reality really set in? Like, when Bill set in, jobs, kids, like, what you going to do? Like, what's going to happen between y'all then? And he told Quaylin he get him 6 months. Then the scene goes back to Lindsay and Scott. Lindsay steady complaining about the house. That's 101. Scott said Lindsay been complaining the last 2 hours. He picked her up 2 hours ago, and the whole 2 hours she been complaining the whole time. She tell him that the house is disgusting. She doesn't like it. She told Scott that she was expecting Disney World, and she come home to the county fair. When I tell y'all, Destiny and Lindsay are some ungrateful women. Scott told Lindsay that she was ungrateful. Oh my God, what he do that for? She started screaming at him. She told him not to touch her. She was just acted a fool. And he said he's shocked about her personality. You don't know this woman. You just see this cute little girl and Scott of age, so I guess he feel like she cute, and you couldn't tell Scott nothing around the house. Sir, you wonder why the mama got her daughter. Like, see, folks don't sit up here and think about stuff. This girl has been in jail more than one time, and her mother has her daughter, and you wonder why. Like, you think because she cute and she younger than you that you got you a prize. No, you don't. You not got you a damn headache. Like, she is up in that house acting a fool, talking about it's disgusting, this and this and that. Girl, you just came out of jail. Like, this man that moved for you, now sent you money and this and that, and you acting like this. But they go to show you how some people really act. People think because somebody look a certain way. Okay. Scene goes back to Destiny and Sean. So, Destiny come home. She not went shopping. She done bought all this stuff, and she showing Sean what she got, and he started looking on the account online, just looking to see how much money she done spent. And she told him she liked to shop, she liked to have fun in the casino, and he was like, you need to chill on your spending, because it seemed like to me, what other addictions you had, your money and going to the casino and shopping, like that's your new addiction. And she said Sean don't know that she did heroin 3 months ago. I'm not surprised that Destiny did heroin 3 months ago. I wouldn't be surprised if she had said she had did it 3 hours ago. He told her to tone down on her spending. Kelly calls Sean. He's on the phone out on the patio talking to Kelly. Sean how he was doing, and he told her that he was doing okay. She was like, I'm surprised you're doing okay. Next thing you know, Destiny come outside and ask Sean who he talking to. He told her he was talking to Kelly, and she told him she done. Then the scene goes to Christiana and John. Christiana tells John that she's getting a ticket, and she tells him that she's glad that she has him in her life because she's so stressed. And John said he's just worried that Christiana's going to do something crazy that she don't supposed to do because she's known for running away from the halfway house. The scene goes back to Maurice and Jessica. Jessica's mom says she thinks Maurice is sweet and that she like him, and she feels that he's not conning them. Maurice and Jessica's dad is outside talking. He basically told Maurice the rules, like, I don't want nobody that you know to know I live. He told him if something happens, then hell's gonna come down. I was like, ooh. He told him he not gonna put up with no shit. And he mean what he say. And Maurice took everything in that Jessica's dad was saying. Maurice told Jessica's dad that he's never had a father figure. His mom raised him and she did the best she could, and then the streets raised him. Told Jessica's dad that the gang life doesn't excite him anymore. He said he loves his wife. He wants the best with his wife. He said it feel good to have him to be at home with his wife and, you know, to have his wife cook him breakfast and stuff like that. Jessica's dad told Maurice he doesn't care about his tattoos. He doesn't care that he's black. He told him that he's never had a son and he would like to have a son. And he said he want to have somebody he can go fishing with, somebody that he can do stuff around the house with. And he was basically like, actions speak louder than words. So I thought that was a good thing. And I felt like if Maurice is going to stick to his word, be the good guy that he is, he's going to appreciate this opportunity and appreciate this woman and her family in his life. Because from what I get from Jessica's dad, he's hardworking. He's not taking no mess when it comes to his daughter. When it comes to his family, he's protecting his family. And I feel that he can really open a lot of doors for Maurice. You know, being that Maurice hasn't had that father figure, he can have somebody now that, hey, it is something different out here than just being in a gang and being in the streets and, you know, being part of the hood. He can actually go fishing with this man. You never know, this man might help him get a job. And he might really look out for them if you do right. And that's basically what he's telling him. And I think that's something that Maurice needs. And I think he see that if this guy come up in here and talking about roaches, was honest about his parole, he not going to lie to them about nothing. So hopefully Maurice has changed. And I really hope Maurice continue to be happy, get his life together. I need Maurice to go on back to California, finish his parole, get that done and out the way, and have a great life with his family, and just be the best Maurice can be. That's what I wish for Maurice. And the scene goes back to Destiny and Sean. Destiny told Sean that she leaving, and for him to call and get her a ticket and get her on the plane because she leaving. She told him she done with him. How about you get your own ticket and you call and get your own plane since you done with me? He should say, since you done with me, I'm not doing anything else for you. Like, she is so ungrateful and run her mouth. She just so hateful and mean. I mean, you married me because I'm talking to Kelly. We got 6 kids. I supposed to talk to Kelly. She was like, but it means something different if the kids are calling, but you calling and talk to her. She shouldn't be calling. She just going on and on and on. Basically explaining to her, like, it is going to be phone calls, and it is going to be phone calls. Like, Destiny act like she not came up in here and became Susan Homemaker. Like, she not came up in here and been appreciative and just happy and hasn't. This woman has been giving this man pure hell since she got out of prison. So they show Sean going to the car, and next thing you know, she walk up to Sean and she start hitting him and she punched him in his face. And he took the thing I was talking about, I don't want to be on the show no more, and the show went off. Y'all, when she punched that man in the face, I wish I could have reached through that TV on her and grab her and be like, girl, what is you doing? If you don't stop, ooh, that Destiny, she gets under my skin. So guys, that's the end of this chat session for Love After Lockup. Season 3, Episode 8, Part 1 and 2. Sorry that this video is so long, but the remainder of this season comes on in October. I was like, October? I can't wait because I'm ready to see this. But then they show the previews for the new one that's coming out. And it's going to be 4 episodes. And they'll come out next week. And that one is the one with Michael and Angela. And that's my favorite one. Y'all, because when I tell y'all I love me some Angela, that's my girl. I don't know. I love me some Angela. Like, I just like her. And she get her little cigarette out when she be talking about Tony ass. That's my girl because Angela don't play. And I like Michael too because Michael look Casanova, but I feel like Michael a good dude. I don't get that he a bad dude. It's just that wife of his, she be doing all kinds of stuff. And I'm sitting up here like, girl, you forever talking about Michael. Just like they showed a little preview when he was like his girl Diana. She talking about it's either her or the kids. Why I gotta be her or the kids? It don't matter what woman he be with, she gonna always have a problem. You sitting up here talking about Michael and what kind of daddy he is. My thing is, what kind of mom are you? Sit up here and keep having unprotected sex. I know he your husband, but you know he's sleeping with other women. And you sit up here and keep having unprotected sex with this man, and you know he's sleeping with other women. What they say about you? That's just nasty. But yeah, guys, so that's the end of this chat session for Love After Lockup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you watch Love After Lockup, please comment down below and let me know what you guys think. And if you watch this video and if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can receive alerts each and every time I upload. Wishing you all the best, wishing everyone a peace of mind, wishing everyone many blessings. All this stuff that's going on out here in the world, everyone, I wish you all the best, and just try to create your own happiness and just be happy with any and everything you do. If you at home washing your dishes, be happy. Be happy that you got running water. Be happy that you got money that you was able to buy you some dish detergent. Be happy that you got dishes that you can eat your food off of, and just be grateful and just be happy and just create your own happiness. And guys, if you on social media, the TV, news, radio, or just from word of mouth you hear from other people, so much negativity, it will consume you and get you down. Try not to think about it. Try to think of the good. If you're feeling down and out and feel like you don't feel like doing something or going somewhere and do something, change your mindset and push yourself. Be your biggest motivator and believe in yourself, and just know you can accomplish any kind of dreams and goals that you put out there for yourself, even if no one else acknowledges your accomplishment, as long as you acknowledge your accomplishment. And guys, please don't let the enemy get a hold of you and destroy your life. And when I say the enemy get a hold of you and destroy your life, that means take away your freedom for you being a happy person. Always be kind to people and always treat people the way you want to be treated. But at the end of the day, no one is untouchable. And when you see people going out here hurting these innocent people, doing all these things, we can clearly see that these people that's hurting these innocent people don't realize that they can be their loved one, or they can be them, or they can be their children that's going through the same hurt. So guys, I wish you all the best, and always remember you guys are great. And as always, take care, stay safe, and be blessed. Bye guys. Bye.